Good evening everybody and welcome to the Hypno Healing page. It is Mental Health Awareness Week in the UK and we are on day 3. So this evening I'm doing a stress and relaxation clinic. So any questions you have around stress or relaxation, feel free to post them on here. I've just been for a walk and just got back, so was feeling a bit stressed that I wouldn't be back in time, but also feeling quite relaxed from a nice walk really. So I've been out for about 3 hours in the forest today near me. What I want to do is just recap on stress and relaxation. I know I've talked about it quite a lot. It is the most fundamental thing that hypnotherapy can help with. I'm going to share some information that I've written on a blog today. I'm going to teach you a couple of instant de-stressors that you can use for yourself. So a couple of instant de-stressors. And then I'm not going to do hypnotherapy tonight, I'm going to do meditation. So it's very similar to hypnotherapy. The key difference is in meditation you don't go into trance and there's no key focus within meditation or a problem to solve. It's usually just about relaxation. And one of the reasons I'm doing that is I just want to do something different. The other reason is every weekend now, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I will be running some meditation groups. So there's no trance involved in this. This is just purely about de-stressing and relaxing. So, I know I've talked quite extensively about stress and relaxation before. Hi Jackie, nice to see you online. I've talked about this on the Facebook page, I've also talked about it on my YouTube channel, and I quite often mention it in the blogs that I write. So the symptoms of stress and anxiety and the triggers are often the same. It's the timeline that's different. So stress is generally about immediate response to our surroundings, any incidents, problems, and any perceived imminent danger. Stress is the brain's natural way of dealing with threats to our safety and our well-being in the here and now. It's an animal instinct in all of us and it's there for survival purposes, so we all have the ability to get stressed. Now, that allows us to work in short bursts of energy, that gives us enough energy to deal with the problem in the here and now and the moment. And it should be about short-term bursts, and that's what stress is there to serve, as that's what it's there to do. It's there really, you know, if you go back to our origins, it's there about fleeing predators and people that are going to attack us. However, prolonged periods of stress can tip over into depression. I'm running a depression clinic tomorrow. I'm going to talk in a lot of detail around stress-induced depression, clinical depression, and other sort of depression symptoms tomorrow. But stress, when it's prolonged, can tip into depression, but it can also manifest itself in anxiety and making you feel anxious. Anxiety is a fear of what might happen. It's not a fear of what is in front of you and is in the present. It's a fear of what's going to happen. That's usually based as a result of past experiences, information you've been given, other people's experiences. So real good example of that, and again I keep going on about COVID-19. Everyone at the moment is concerned in some way, shape or form about COVID-19. Most of those people are fearing for their own health, the health of loved ones, or it might be about that financial situation. The other thing that's happening is lockdowns causing loneliness and distress for people. And yet I know it's serious, and I keep going on about how serious it is, and we want to protect ourselves, but the anxiety that a lot of the external world is creating is damaging, and just as damaging as getting the virus. You know, if we're left alone with our own thoughts and lots of negative information unravelling, it becomes really destructive. It causes our heart rate to rise, it causes us to get palpitations, it causes us to feel nervous about doing normal activities. So one of the things that I wanted to do is just share some of the tips that our NHS in the UK are telling us that we should be doing around COVID-19. And these are just really simple things. They're not medical, they're just things that can help alleviate stress, alleviate that loneliness. So the first thing they're asking us to do is stay connected with people. Now, I think from my personal point of view, I've been more connected with people throughout this than I normally am. So I'm having contact with friends in Rome, out in Sardinia, I've got friends out in Dubai, Kuala Lumpur, friends sort of all over the world that normally I probably wouldn't hear from 1 month to the next, but I am getting connected with them. And that's because I can't go out and connect with people. And half of the time I live on my own, the other half I'm with my daughter. But when I've got those long periods on my own, it's quite lonely. And I understand how people feel. The other thing about being connected is I've got a 94-year-old granddad. And, the elderly are feeling really isolated in this. And it's quite stressful and really anxious for them. I speak to my granddad nearly every day at the moment, and he's really grateful for that. I spoke to him this morning. So number one is staying connected, and people are doing that, but we need to do more of it. Talk about your worries to people. Now, mental health, stress, anxiety, regardless of what it is, we should be talking to people. You know, it's not culture anymore to brush things under the carpet, to ignore things. Talking out aloud and sharing your fears, problem shared is a problem halved. So talk to people, let them know how you're feeling. And then number 3, support and help others, because, others may be feeling the same as you. Feel prepared for whatever might happen. So prepare yourself for any eventuality. This is one thing that I've learned to do to combat my stress. I always have a plan A, B, C and D up my sleeve now. So if one thing doesn't work out, I try something else. And that actually stops me getting into this spiral of stress. Looking after your body. We talked yesterday a little bit about body image and exercise and diet and eating healthily. But the healthier we eat, the better it is for our stress levels. It doesn't take a rocket science to know that if you drink lots of alcohol, that's not going to be great for your body. It's not great for your stress levels. Looking after your body, looking after your mind as well. Healthy eating, get lots of those nice vitamins and some of the oils that we need to make our brains function effectively as well. And whether that be oils from fish or whether it be oils from nuts if you're a vegan, but they're really important for mental function. Number 6 is sticking to the facts. Read only things that are from credible sources. A lot of the time we get ourselves stressed and anxious over things that people are posting on social media that are not facts, that are not true, that might have come from other countries, that might have come from not credible sources. And I read something the other day that people were telling me was absolute fact. It wasn't about COVID. I can't remember what it was about now. But when I looked at the source, it was from 2015, so it was 5 years ago, and it was from some website out in an African country reporting on something that had happened in Wales. So just check that what you're reading, especially when it comes around the COVID virus, it is true and credible. Try and stay on top of feelings. So I'm going to teach you in a second a couple of instant de-stressors that you can use just for yourself, just to relax. and help you stay on top of those feelings. Do things that you enjoy. I've done loads of things throughout lockdown, and I know some of my friends are, hi Marty, I know you're watching, you've been doing a bit of singing, I've seen your banana blog as well, so you're having lots of fun. I've got a couple of friends that are comedians, they're doing their set online. People just finding new and creative ways. They might be painting, they might be decorating the house. Gardening seems very popular at the moment. Even my granddad's been gardening today. Bless him. Focus on the present, so the here and now. As I mentioned before, anxiety is about fear of the future, fear of what might happen. Well, anything could happen, so don't think about it. Focus on the here and now. Meditation. So we are going to do some meditating in a bit. And get good quality sleep. Listen to the clinic that I did on Monday around sleep problems. I also did a sleep hypno session for those of you that are interested. Play it back. It's available on YouTube. It's also available on the live feed on here as well. So, you know, I have talked a lot in the past about hypnotherapy, how it can help with de-stressing. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you a couple of exercises that you can do, and you can do them now while I'm on, to sort of de-stress. I'm going to turn the music off now because it's in the background and it's distracting. So, I know I've got Jackie and Marty on. Have you got any questions around stress and hypno and how it can help, or how meditation helps stress? Before I get started. Okay, what I'll do is I'm going to share an instant de-stressor with you first. So this one's called a quietening reflex. So if you just close your eyes and identify what is irritating you. So if it's a stress. And what I'd like you to do, just in your mind, is say to yourself, sharp mind, relaxed body, I can deal with this. And what I'd like you to do is just smile inwardly without using any of your facial muscles. And then just allow that smile to just slowly creep on your face. And then what I'd like you to do is breathe in slowly through your nose to count of 4. Imagine you're breathing in a warm, relaxing colour. And then breathe out slowly through your nose to the count of 4. And imagine a dark, sluggish colour as you release all that nervous tension out all the way through your body. Allow your shoulders to drop and your posture to become increasingly relaxed. And then open your eyes and carry on what you're doing. So that's just one little de-stressing tip. What I will do is I'll put that on so you can read that on the site. Marty, you asked, is there any better time of day to meditate? Not really, no. I personally, at the moment, during lockdown, do it round about 1 or 2 o'clock, depending whether or not I've gone out for my walk already. But what I tend to do is go out for a walk, come back, put a meditation track on and just chill out. And I like to lay on my bed because I like to drift away. The purpose really in meditation is not to fall asleep. It's just to absorb what's been said. Some people prefer to meditate at night, particularly if they're not particularly good sleepers. It's a nice way of relaxing you before bed. I do it after you've had a bath as well. So there isn't a particular time of day that you need to meditate, or you can meditate, or it's better to. It's entirely up to you. But what I will say is it's not easy to do to start with. And I struggled for ages trying to meditate. And when I went to Nepal, I did quite a lot of meditation. And then when I came back, I found a class, and there's one that runs at the Cam Damper Centre in Birmingham, but there's also one run up at Sutton Coldfield as well. So I used to go to a class and I felt really silly because it was not my bag at the time, but I got into it. Yeah, and now I meditate every single day, and I have noticed a difference in helping me de-stress, helping me relax. What I will say is it just takes practice. Just have a go. So what I'm going to do now is an instant de-stressor, but I'm going to do one called squeezing out all the stress. So you've probably done this before because it's one that lots of exercise classes do. If anyone's been to yoga, they tend to use it there. So the only caveat I'll put on this is if you suffer from hypertension, you should not use this technique, but it's useful for anyone else. So close your eyes and start to tense each muscle group in your body. So starting with your feet, then your ankles, then your calves, and going up through the body to your neck, your head, and then finally your facial muscles. And hold each group for the count of 3. So if it's your face group, hold it for the count of 3. If it's your neck, for the count of 3. And then silently and mentally, just say, relax. And as you imagine seeing the word, as you see it written, just say the word slowly and breathe out, relax. Through your nose, the relax and the tension in that particular muscle group. And then finally, just slowly breathe through your nose. And as you tense all your muscles together, hold for the count of 3. And then release the tension as you slowly exhale through your nose, while silently and mentally imagining the word relax. So with that other method that I've just told you, the squeezing out the stress, basically you just tense each muscle group, hold them for 3 seconds, release them and say the word relax. And then finally you tense your entire body and just relax it. And they're just things that you can do and probably take certainly no longer than 10 minutes, and maybe even 5 to do. Has anyone else got any questions around stress and relaxation? Hi Carol, I know you've just joined. Nice to see you. We've been trying to meet in person for about, 4 years, 5 years. I'm here anyway. I'll come up soon. I'm just trying to think. Has anyone got any questions before I move on? Because I am going to end with a meditation session. Before I do the meditation, one of the things I do need to say is the normal safety features. So do not listen to this recording unless you are safe and able to do so. So if you're driving or operating machinery or on heavy medication, please switch off now. What I will say with this is it is meditation. I'm not going to take you into trance. I'm not doing any of my hypno jiggery pokery, whatever we call it, but it is just a relaxation session. You can use this anytime. It's safe to use with children. And it might be something that you want to listen to while you're in the bath. You might want to listen to my dulcet tones. So I'm going to put on my hypno voice and I shall begin. So during this meditation session, you'll need to remain awake. The meditation process can lead to sleep and can be used for the purpose of falling to sleep, but the objective is to experience a relaxation response, which occurs when you are awake. So choose a position that is comfortable, but not one that will lead to sleep. So you might wish to sit upright in a firm chair, or stand leaning on a wall, or kneeling on the floor, or even sitting cross-legged. So find a position that's comfortable and one that allows you to remain awake. So this script functions as teaching or practice of a guided meditation. Once you're familiar with the meditation process, you'll be able to do this on your own without any guidance, and there is no right or wrong way to meditate. So, before we begin, I'd just like you to think about your own personal internal compass. Think about what gives you meaning. And I'd like you just to think about a word or a short phrase up to about 5 words that are meaningful and can be repeated within the time it takes to exhale. So for example, I might wish to do some positive affirmation. So I am kind, I'm honest, I'm faithful. And I might just want to repeat those just as I'm breathing. Whatever holds the greatest sort of meaning for you. So, and then choose one word from that phrase. So it could be peace, or it could be love, or it could be honesty. So just take a moment now to close your eyes in your comfortable position, with your shoulders back and your arms and face and head upright. Feel your body loose and relaxed. And turn your attention now to your breathing. Notice each breath without trying to change your breathing in any way. Just observe. As thoughts arise, just acknowledge them and just let them go, returning your attention just to your breathing. Breathe naturally and slowly. As your thoughts wander, simply return your attention to your breathing. And any distractions inside this room or outside this room, you can just ignore. And just breathe them in. And then breathe any unwanted distractions out. Notice your breath as it flows gently in and out of your body without any effort at all. Acknowledge your thoughts and focus again on your breathing. Interruptions may be normal. Just let those thoughts just go and return your attention to your breathing. Now slowly notice how calm and soft and relaxed your breathing is becoming. Notice how your body feels and become aware of your surroundings. Become aware of your surroundings and let your attention now turn to your thoughts. Back to normal. Conscious awareness, normal attention to your thoughts. And you can just sit quietly there with your eyes just closed and enjoying a feeling of relaxation. You may want to adjust your position slightly. Just breathing in and breathing out, free from any worries, free from any tension, free from anything that comes your way. I'd like you just to keep noticing the breathing. Breathing in and out. Breathing tension in and tension back out. And try not to think about anything other than your breathing. And the more you focus on your breathing, the more you will find that you have pleasant feelings. And more these pleasant feelings will increase. Your brain will notice whatever emotions are the loudest. Whenever you find the need, you can simply override any unpleasant sensations and just breathe them out. You are training your mind to focus on pleasant sensations and sending a message to your brain to intensify the feeling of relaxation, free from stress and anxiety. And your brain will just filter out any negative feelings of panic, allowing you to focus on good feelings. You can become so absorbed in the good feelings that you realise you can rest easy, knowing you are safe and well. You realise now that every day of your life is precious, and you can live each day to the full, and you let the stress and the anxiety just roll away. Just take a moment now to breathe in a sense of happiness and joy. And now, just focus on how you feel at this moment in time. Allow a warm sensation to move across your body, across your chest, and all the way down to the bottom of your toes. And just breathe in and sit there thinking about your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. In and out. Now you can reflect upon this meditation, this short session. Notice how you feel. Have the worries move from your body? And how well do you know that whatever has happened, and you will have the correct and natural response to any stress or anxiety in the future. So now, if your eyes were closed throughout that session, I'd like you to gently open them and wiggle your fingers and your toes, roll your shoulders and stretch. Stretch all the way up to the tips of your fingers, standing on your tiptoes if you can do that, and then just allow your body to flop, and then slowly, gently move up, making sure your head is the last thing to raise. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, the meditation is now finished. Thank you. So those of you that come on my sessions quite regularly will know the difference, really. You'll be able to observe that it's a lot about breath work, is meditation. It's a lot about being in the moment rather than focusing on the future. It's great if you're suffering here and now stress, or you're starting to feel a little bit anxious. It's quite trendy at the moment. Lots of people are doing meditation, going off to retreats and things, but you can do it at home. You know, I will be running my sessions at the weekend, so feel free to hop on those. drop me a message, book in, and I'll send you. I'm going to do it on Zoom so I can see people. And then the instant de-stressors as well. What I'll do is I'll screenshot my instant de-stressors. I'll put them up on the page, so feel free to have a look at those and try them out. Has anyone got any questions before I finish? Because I'm going on to YouTube in a minute. Although I've got lots more followers than here. Oh, you like the colour breathing in and out? Use it. Yeah, I'll speak to you about, we do something in Hypno called healing white light. Doesn't necessarily need to be healing white light, can be whatever colour you resonate with. But it's used for healing, so yeah, really good tool. But I've got a longer script on that if you're interested. Anyone else? Carol, are you on board? Or have you gone? Jackie, I'm not sure if you went way back. Okay, I'm going to end this session. I'm going to record it, and it will be available on my YouTube channel as well, Hypno Healing. See you tomorrow. I'm running a depression clinic tomorrow. So if you are a loved one of someone that suffers with depression, there'll be some hints and tips on handling that, and some things that you can possibly do when you're depressed. There's not masses we do in Hypno with depressed clients, because it's quite tricky ground. So I'm going to go, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 6 p.m. Goodbye and thank you.